Aristotle, he wrote The History of Animals, and this was a historical book that he wrote at the time, and he speaks of it, the war of the pygmies and cranes, which is a war of these little people, these miniature people who fought against the cranes in a massive battle. And the pygmies used sticks to fight against the cranes. You can actually find like depictions of this war on ancient Greek pottery, which is super interesting. And the cranes eventually beat the pygmies. And in my research, I was reading about Native American stories and myths. And the Native Americans over here in America, they believed in a race of little people called the Sundiji-Wee. And the Sundiji-Wee, I think it's Tsundii, something like that. They were little people, and they lived on the seashore, on the sand, and they got in a war with the cranes. And the Native Americans taught them. They said, "Hey, use sticks to fight against the cranes." But eventually, the cranes beat them, and all the Sundiji-Wee, they died in the battle. And how is it that two completely distinct cultures across the Atlantic Ocean have such a similar story? It's super bizarre.
Again, that's why I think it's more of like an archetype sort of thing where if you look at the way that these people were back then, and right, and you can even look at any ancient culture, Mesoamerican, Egyptians, the Romans, like all these people who have sort of similar gods and goddesses over and over
Hmm.
again. Where again, what if it is some sort of archetypal thing that we all share and we all interpret it based on our cultural upbringing, right? So,
Hmm.
like that's the whole thing with the homunculus, where it's you see the same sort of concept throughout a bunch of different cultures,